Hi guys, and welcome to my book haul for the month of December. This in all likelihood is going to be the last book haul before Christmas. I've had some of these books for a little while and things were just starting to pile up with obviously getting things like Christmas decorations down and wrapping people's presents. My room was starting to look a little bit like a bomb had hit it, so I needed to get and film a book haul. Like I say, this is probably going to be the last book haul before Christmas. So yeah, I'm going to show you what I have this time. As always, I'll start with the books that I have been very kindly sent for review. The first book that I have is from Pyakus, which is an imprint of Little Brown, and this was unsolicited. I did not request this, and this is Misconduct by Penelope Douglas. Haven't heard anything about this or this author. I didn't think it was going to be something for me until I saw that Samantha Young had a little quote up here, and I really enjoy Samantha Young's On Dublin Street series, so if it's anything like that, then I will give it a go. And it says, for fans of Colleen Hoover and Jamie Maguire comes a love story as forbidden as it is irresistible. I'm a sucker for a love story, for a romantic book. You guys know this about me, so I will definitely be giving this one a try. The next book that I received was from Hodder, and I was so excited to read this. I have actually already read it, which I don't very often do. I don't like to read books until I haul them, but there was no chance that I was waiting to read this. I actually paused what I was originally reading to carry on to pick this one up, and that's Oblivion by Jennifer L. Armentrout. This is basically the first book in the Lux series, Obsidian, retold in the Guy Damon's point of view, and I really loved the Lux series. It's one of my all-time favourites. I got lipstick on my teeth because that would just be grim. Anyway, one of my all-time favourite series, and the fact that we're getting his point of view. We did get his point of view in the later books, but we didn't have his point of view right at the beginning of the series, so it's nice to go back and see that. I think because some time has passed now since I read book one in the Lux series, it didn't feel too repetitive, and it was great to see more Damon Black. So if you're a fan of the Lux series, I highly recommend picking that one up. Another one that's come from Pyakus, again unsolicited, I did not request this, and that's The Rogue Not Taken, and this is the first book in a new series by Sarah McLean, and it's the Scandal and Scoundrel series. This is quite different to the normal covers that I get for her books. I read her, what's it called? I don't know the name of the series. It's like I can see them. Anyway, one of my favourite Regency series, which I can't remember the name of, which is terrible, is written by her. I think it's like something like 11 scandals to start. Like there's a number in each of the books, and I really loved those. And this is a new series by her. You guys know I love some Regency. I will always pick up a Regency book, and this one is out on the 29th of December, so that'll be good. It's nice to get a book that's the first in a series, and not sort of part way through a series, so I can pick that series up and really enjoy it. Then I had some books arrive from Headline Eternal, and I say a few when these came in like a massive box, and they are these. How pretty are the spines? I love this publisher because all of their books sort of match spine wise. This one's a little bit odd, but like the rest of them, like if you were a fan of romance or whatever, like I am, on the shelf, I love that they just all sort of match. Even though they're by different authors, they're different series, they're different books, they all kind of match. So I really like that. So some of these look like they're going to be great reads for December, like romance reads. Well, it always gets to December and everything gets a little bit hectic. You're running around, you're here, there and everywhere. You spread yourself really thin. So it's really nice for me in December anyway to pick really light, quick, fluffy, cute, romantic reads. I mean, I like that all year round, but in December I tend to just read one of those after another just because they're easy. You don't have to think too much about it. So some of these look like they're going to be perfect for that. The first one is It's Love Only Love by Marie Force. I read a book by her called Made for Love, and I absolutely loved it. And then I read another book by her, which I think was the first book in this series. I think this is like the Green Mountain series. I read Your Love Is All I Need. Really liked it, but I haven't read anything else in the series. So this is actually book 6, I think. But they're like standalones. You can read them on their own. They're like their own individual story. So there's that one. Then I have The Warrior Vampire, The Last True Vampire, book 2 by Kate Baxter. I read the first one in the series, I think, in October. It was September or October, and I wasn't really a big fan, but I think the series has potential, so I would definitely consider picking this one up. I just feel like the first one was quite poorly constructed, but hopefully that could be fixed. Then I have Heartsong Cottage by Emily March, an Eternity Springs novel. Again, I think this is one that's part of like a series, but you can read separately. That looks very Christmassy. I'm definitely thinking of picking this one up this month. Ooh. Then I have Redemption Road by Katie Ashley. This is the second book in the Vicious Cycle series. I was really, really excited to read book 1 because I'm really liking like motorcycle club type books ever since reading the Hades Hangman series by Tilly Cole, but nothing has lived up to that, and I was really hoping this one would. But the first book was good. It was a really quick read, but it didn't quite live up to Hades Hangman, but I'm hoping to still enjoy this one anyway, hoping that series will develop nicely. Then I have 7 Nights to Surrender by Jeanette Gray. This one here. I've never read anything by this author, so if it's a romantic read, I'll definitely give it a try. Then I have Autumn Thorns by Yasmin Gyllenhaal, and this is a Whisper Hollow novel, which I think this is the first in the series, and I think it's like an adult sort of paranormal romance. So we shall see. I haven't read one of these lately, so that'll be good. And then I have All I Want by Jill Shalvis. Just here. I first read a book by Jill Shalvis, I think it was last month. Goodness, I can't remember. I think that might have been the end of October. And it was the first book in her Lucky Harbour series, and I really liked it, and I wanted to read more Jill Shalvis. So the fact that I got sent one of them is awesome. That's a part of a different series though. That's part of, I think, her Animal Magnetism series. So yeah. Next I have 2 books that are a Christmas present from my wonderful bookish bestie Ryan at Ryan Reads Books. I wasn't 100% sure when I opened the parcel that it was from him. I thought it was something that I'd ordered for Christmas, getting presents and things. But I had a horrible suspicion, so I actually did do sort of an unboxing during my Vlogmas videos, and I think it was Vlogmas day 3. So if you want to go back and see me unbox this, it should be in that video. But because he told me that something was due, I was like, this could be from him, but it could also be something else. So I opened it on camera just in case. But he sent me Tilt by Ellen Hopkins. This has been on my wish list for the longest time. All of Ellen Hopkins' books are on my wish list. I really loved Burned, which you can see here. I read that earlier this year as a buddy read with Rob from Rob's Reading Roundup, and I absolutely loved it. So I can't wait to read more Ellen Hopkins, and I do want to own all of her books, and this book is gorgeous. I actually think it's a companion novel with an adult book called Triangles. I think you can barely see it, it's behind Kermit. This book, I think, is about 3 adult women, and I think this is about their children, so how they connect. I'm pretty sure it's this book that is... There's definitely an adult and a young adult book that are companions, and I think this is the one. And then he sent me the most beautiful book, and it's Jane Eyre by Charlotte Bronte, and it's the Penguin Classic Deluxe edition, and this is absolutely beautiful. I've had my eye on this for the longest time. Jane Eyre is my favourite classic book, and this is just stunning, absolutely stunning. It has deckled edges, which I can take or leave. I'm not like a big fan of them or anything, but it's just so beautiful. I want to own all of these, but Jane Eyre is the one that I would want the most. So yeah, he knows me so well. I do hope that he enjoys what I've chosen for him, fingers crossed. But yeah, I absolutely love what he picked for me. He couldn't have chosen it any better, so thank you very much, Ryan. So on to the books that I have bought myself. I've had these sort of for a little while, like I haven't gone crazy all at once or anything. First off, I have some colouring books. I won't dwell too long on them. The first one is a Frozen one, but it's not like an actual proper book. It's almost like it's like card, and so that you can pull them out a little bit like the artist's edition of Secret Garden, so that you can pull them apart. And this wasn't very expensive. I think it was like £5 or something in a supermarket, like that. And it actually came with the colouring pencils to do it. If you see that there, I just thought it looked really nice, and I'd like to attempt to do it, but whether mine will turn out like that, who knows. Then I picked up again from the supermarket, and that's the Harry Potter colouring book. This was half price. I was going to pick it up. It's almost too nice to colour in. There's some really beautiful pictures in here. Where's my favourite one? Let's see if I can... That's not my favourite, but there's lots to colour in. And what I like about this one is they give you like a point of reference. At the back they give you like actual shots from like the films to give you sort of an idea of how to colour them in, which I thought was a really nice touch. So yeah, I love that. And then I had to pick up the Outlander colouring book by Diana Gabaldon. I'm so excited for this. This is too nice to colour in. I almost don't want to colour it in. You guys know I'm an absolutely massive fan of Outlander, so even if I colour this in or not, I had to own it. I just had to. Let me see. Can't find the picture that I'm looking for. It's always the way. Yeah. So chuffed they did an Outlander colouring book. It's amazing. And then the last book that I picked up in the supermarket, I say that, but I actually think I have a couple more, is this one. This is the Disney book. I saw this when I went to do like the weekly food shopping, and I couldn't justify buying it, and then I just couldn't stop thinking about it, so I had to go back and get it. It's basically a book all about Disney, and you get a film sale from Brave, but it's just all about Disney. It's not just about the films, like the animated films. It talks about the actual live action films. It talks about the theme parks, and it goes right up to the film version of Cinderella. It just covers an awful lot of Disney, and I absolutely love all things Disney, so I really wanted to own it. And my favourite Disney film, I go back and forth a lot between two movies, but one of them is always Beauty and the Beast, and I just love this full page picture in here from Beauty and the Beast. It's just really beautiful. If you love Disney, I would highly recommend it. Okay, I pre-ordered Winter by Marissa Meyer. I haven't read this yet because it's an absolute beast, and I've got like a reading goal, an unofficial reading goal of a target that I want to reach in December. So as much as I really want to be reading this right now, as soon as I reach my target, this is probably what I'm going to pick up. I ordered it and it came and it was really quite beat up, and I thought for a newly released book it was quite beat up. It's quite hard to see in this lighting, but it was really quite beat up. So I was sent a replacement, and that one is on my shelf. I didn't want to risk ruining it, so that's on my shelf, and this is probably the one that I'm actually going to read. I bought Forever With You by Jennifer L. Armentrout. I love Jennifer L. Armentrout's book, but for some reason I haven't got round to picking this one up. So finally have that one. If you've seen my November wrap up, you'll have already seen this, and it's Pun Direction by Stuart Francis. I love Stuart Francis. He's one of my favourite comedians. I've seen him live 3 times, and this is basically a collection of his jokes. It's not a book that you read all at once, you just sort of pick it up and go from there, but yeah, really liked that one. I bought Blood and Salt by Kim Liggett. I don't know how you pronounce that name. I bought this one because Ryan from Ryan Reads Books made me watch the book trailer, and it is one of the best book trailers I have ever seen in my life. You have to make sure that you watch until the end, but this sounds absolutely amazing. I really wanted to read it in October, but I couldn't get it in time, basically, so there's that. Then I picked up 2 Nora Roberts books. I got Unfinished Business And then I picked up a Christmassy one, which I'll probably be reading soon, and that's Snow is Falling. And I think this is like 2 books in one. Gabriel's Angel and Blythe Images. So yeah, it is 2 books in one. So I will be reading that this month for sure. And then 2 more books that I picked up in the supermarket. I picked up Binge by Tyler Oakley. I wouldn't say I'm the biggest fan of Tyler Oakley. I wouldn't say I watch all of his videos and I'm a huge fan or anything like that. But I do like the videos of his that I watch, and I wanted to support his book because I absolutely love this cover. I think it's genius, and I really like that the end papers are sweets. And it's a really lovely put together book. There's like colour pictures throughout this. It's just really, really pretty, and I'd like to know more about him. So yeah, I had to pick that up, and I think I got that in Asda. And then the last book that I have is Yes, My Accent Is Real by Kunal Nair. I'm not entirely sure how we pronounce his name, but he plays Raj on The Big Bang Theory. I'm a huge fan of The Big Bang Theory, so I knew that I wanted to read this. And he doesn't call it, what did he say? It's not a memoir. It says, this is not a memoir. I'm not a president or an astronaut or a Kardashian. This is a collection of stories from my life. And I just really like that, and I think it's going to be really, really funny. And I don't read a lot of autobiographies or memoirs or anything like that, but when I'm interested in one, I'm really interested in one. And I really, really love The Big Bang Theory, so I think I'm going to really enjoy this one. So that's my book haul for December, guys. I'm sorry it's so long, but if I've added any of these books to your wish list, let me know in the comments down below. Also, if you've read any of these books, let me know in the comments down below what you thought of them, and I'll see you guys soon. Well, actually, I'll be seeing you every day because of Vlogmas, but you know what I mean. Happy reading, guys.